Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Freeman Motorsports for the 2024 38th annual running of the Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by NOS Energy Drink here, coming out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We started this week with 365 cars, and we've wheedled it down to the final 5 features in this main event. Coming up later tonight, first up is going to be the first C feature. And we're going to have 20 cars going at it. The top 5 advance to the B feature. And then from there, the top 5 out of that will advance into the A main. Thanks to everybody coming in tonight. I know I haven't been live in a minute, but I said I was going to be streaming the Chili Bowl. And here I am. I'm streaming the Chili Bowl. And I'm coming to you from Buffalo, New York, where we are in the middle of a travel ban and a ton of crazy snow. And the Bills game being postponed, but go Buffalo. And yeah, thanks everybody watching in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to everybody watching. All right, so currently doing some quick hot laps just to warm up the track, get some heat in it. They just did a whole bunch of track prep and some before opening ceremonies, and this is kind of the first main event of the night. We had the whole alphabet soup run leading up to this point, but the last D main was about, 2 hours ago, and so we've gone through a bunch of ceremonies and just some the pole shuffle and other events, and now we are bringing you the 5 remaining features in this one. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching. I don't have, flow racing. I mean, I have flow racing, but I can't, show you the broadcast, and there isn't a leaderboard on Race Monitor. If somebody does know an online place of the leaderboard where you can kind of keep tabs of just, the things, of the scoring charts and whatnot, let me know in the chat, and I'll try and get that on the screen, so that way you can hear my commentary and also keep track of the live scoring and timing at the same time. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching right now. And if the stream just cuts out at some point, it's probably because we are in the middle of one hell of a storm right now.
Well, guys, they're all ready from all across the country. No way we're going to be able to name them all, but they are, the fans are watching. They're tuned in.
Okay, here we go, guys. The C feature, C1, is getting ready to start. All the cars are out on the racetrack, and I think we're about to do a 4-wide salute, or they're just trying to figure out the starting order right now. Can't quite tell. Yeah, this is easily probably the biggest indoor dirt race of the year, if not one of the biggest dirt races of the entire year. At the front of the field, on the inside, you got the 97 of Miller, and on the outside, you got the 67 of Cruz. And I'm not totally familiar with all the drivers, but I'll try to do my best to keep you, informed based on names and numbers and all that, and who's in the transfer spot, who's not. Yeah, thanks for everybody watching right now. Okay. Get ready to go. Green here, still on the opening pace laps. A guy I'm keeping my eye on is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's already made it through 2 features to get where he's at right now. Now he has started shotgun on the field, so he's got a lot of cars to pass to get into a transfer spot, but keep your eyes on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's in a KKM car, so you know he's going to have some speed, and also it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a fairly accomplished dirt racer and also asphalt racer. But here we go. The pace truck has pulled off. We're going to be going green this time by. Here we go. Off at turn number 4. And the green flag is out. 97 jumps out to 2 car length lead on turns number 1 and 2. Your leaders make it clean through the opening set of turns. Now here comes Bernal on the inside in the NOS-powered 87, flying up into second place. He'll bump Cruz back to third. Meanwhile, ripping the cushion on the top side is you got the 32 working their way around. That's Taylor. Already 2 laps complete here now. So far, no yellow flags. Keeping it clean and green. Guys starting to work in the top. Taylor looking for third place, trying to get by Bubak. And he's going to almost complete that pass here off of turn number 2. Right now, Cruz holds on to the final transfer position, but he is getting a lot of heat from behind. Now the 63G is attacking Cruz down the back straightaway. Also, the 5 staying in the picture as well in the 7th position. Nice chicken. Nice chicken. You should buy Nate, you should buy Flow Racing. Okay. Anyways, they're still working their way around the top. So far, fairly clean in this one. And just as I say that, Cruz slides up and gets right in front of the 63. And that's going to open the door for the 5 to make their way downstairs. That's Stewart. And now he's gotten by the 67, or the 63, excuse me. And now he's up into 6, trying to get by the 67 for that final transfer position. Meanwhile, your top 4 have pretty much just run away and trying to hold on to those transfer spots. 7 laps to go right now. Miller's led every lap so far. Cruz just holding down the top to make that pass for the spot, for that 5th and final transfer spot. We're going to have to see somebody try and dive down low. And it looks like Miller might have, some sort of problem there in turns 3 and 4, gets out of it, and all of a sudden he's got the 32 of Taylor all over him, trying to get this win in the C feature. This is one more spot that you get when you start in the B main, and you're just that much closer to possibly advancing to the A main. And the yellow flag is out with 5 laps to go. I do not see. Oh, it's some debris, it looks like, in turns 3 and 4. Some debris. That's our first caution flag here. Oh. It could be off of Stenhouse, who has not advanced much in this one. He's only moved up to 17th, so he is a long ways from a transfer spot right now. 5 laps to go. Yeah, now they're missing a shock, I believe, on the right front, and that's pretty much going to halt any chance he has of moving forward. And I believe it's going to be a single file restart here with 5 to go. Miller, Taylor, Bernal, Bubak, and Cruz hold on to the final 5 transfer positions for now. And now Cruz has been being hounded this whole run. He's got Stewart, Guarini, both right behind him. All right. And they're going to be going green next time by. Ten laps complete in C feature number 1 here. Even though Stenhouse is missing the right front shock, he's just running around. I don't know why they haven't brought that into pits. I guess just why not? Okay, anyways, here we go. Off of turn number 4, and Miller's going to get the launch, and he is clear, and he's going to walk the dog out on this field. And now it's the battle for 5th. Cruz is going to look to the inside of Bubak for the 4th spot. He's not going to have it. Up front, though, Bernal is going to slide up into 2nd place, taking that from Taylor. Further back, Stewart is really trying to get to the inside of Cruz here. Now he's going to go to the outside in turns 1 and 2. Now, Taylor's about to lose another spot to Bubak if he's not safe here. Bubak, I don't know how you pronounce it, whatever. And Cruz under a lot of pressure from Stewart. Oh boy, they are all getting crowded up behind this 67 car. 3 laps to go, going to be 2 to go this time at the stripe. Everybody ripping the top, and now Bubak off the pace down low. Now he's going to slide up in front of Cruz. That's going to slow up Cruz even more. Now both the 27 and the 67 are in jeopardy with 2 laps to go. Here we go. The 63 looking low. On the bottom side, you got the 51. And neither one are going to be able to make a move here. Now here comes Cruz trying to make a move for 4th on Bubak, and he's going to get it. Now it's Bubak in the hot seat as we go into the final turn here in C feature number 1. Everybody's going at it behind him, but I don't think anybody's going to get there, and Bubak's going to hold on to the final spot in the C main. Woo! Bubak. Okay, that's how you say it. Okay, you know what? Figured it out. There we go. Bubak. Okay. Thanks everybody watching right now. Drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. Man, that was an intense one there. The 27 just held on to that thing. I mean, he was losing pace. Same thing with the 67 of Cruz. Neither one really had the pace. Now, hold on a second. If you're a returning viewer from last year's Chili Bowl, you'll notice I reused the thumbnail because I kind of was just putting this thing all together last minute. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. Hey, we're up to 3 likes. I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Let's get this thing up to 5 likes. The second seat feature will be coming out here shortly. So yeah, now we're down just to 4 feature events to go. Now, even though that's only 4 events, this race could easily not end until after midnight, as it has historically. But we're going to be here for all of it. And hold on 1 second. Okay, there we go. There we go. Just promoting the link out a little bit because obviously this is kind of out of my direct original niche of NASCAR content. Now I know a lot of NASCAR fans are probably tuning into this race. But no, I know dirt racing kind of has their own separate niche. A lot of dirt racers have maybe slight distaste towards NASCAR, if that would be the word. Woo! Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to ask me my thoughts on anything, I've been keeping tabs on all the alphabet soup today. I kept tabs on most of the main features throughout this past week leading up to today's race. So I can try and inform you as best I can on any questions you do have. But honestly, the Chili Bowl, one of the main events I look forward to every year. I originally started watching it because, I was a Kyle Larson fan, and then it's grown into just being so much more of a thing I enjoy than just looking for Kyle Larson, because obviously, well, he's not even competing, today at least. And this is just, it's these winter showcases, man, like this and the Snowball Derby. I love them. I love them. Give me some, something to soothe my strong hunger for racing during the off season. All right. So cars rolling out for the second C feature right now. 20 cars in this one. The top 5 advance to the second B feature. But now here is your starting lineup on row number 1. You got Nick Hoffman on the inside, Zach Dam on the outside. Zach Dam. Cal Coons on the inside of row 2 in the 63, and then Jerry Coons Jr., the father-son duo, in row number 2. And then Parker Jones in row 3 on the inside, then Kyle Belm on the outside of row 3. Row 4, Corbin Ruschenberger, I'm going to attempt to pronounce that, in the 26. And then Ronnie Gardner in the 68 on the outside of row number 4. And on row number 5. Hold on. On row number 5, we've got Brandon Wattell and Matt Westfall. And then on row 6, Chris Carroll and Jake Andretti. And Jake Andreotti. I'm trying to listen to the announcers right now, try and give me any boost I can find. Chris Andrews in row 7, as well as Kyle Cummins. And then row 8, you got Kyle Spence and Dejon Pursley. And then we got Jacob Denny. And these are the guys that advanced from the D feature. Alex Sewell, and then Caden Serrell and Billy V. Rounds out your field out at Port Jervis, New York. So we're going to keep an eye on Billy V, as I am a New Yorker. What are my thoughts on Tanner Holmes? Stephen Armstrong? Okay. Honestly, I think I'm not super educated, but I think he's a great young kid. Honestly, I like that he's trying to do content. He's been doing that for years. great way to try and bring some more non-racing fans potentially into racing through YouTube as a tool. Beyond that, I don't really know a ton about his skill level in actual racing. I think he's obviously fairly competent at least. I know he had a World of Outlaws ride for a little while this past season. I think I'm subscribed, but I don't really watch frequently. He had a bit of a super run earlier today. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him do well. He seems like a legit guy. But am I super educated on if he's a quality driver or a bad driver? I'm not. If you want to inform me, Steven, go right ahead. I'm just interested to see this Coons on Coons battle in row number 2, father and son. See if any temperatures get heated here. Or, well, not temperatures get heated, but just how they race each other. Because that's just such an interesting dynamic. Because it's not even just a normal race where you're just trying to win. I mean, you're just trying to advance to the next round, and both of them are currently in a transfer spot, but just barely. So how hard do they race each other? How much are they willing to compromise each other? Do they just view each other as an opponent? Okay. So we're going to forming up the field here. Now they're getting double file or working on... Okay, no, we're still working on getting in the right running order. It's a packed house there in Tulsa. I was looking today, and the cheapest tickets I could find were $150. And it is a cold one out there, so fans are braving the weather to get to this year's Chili Bowl Nationals. Try to keep tabs on anybody that's making up ground from the back to the front. Honestly, there's so much constant action happening. I'm just trying to get out as much information as I can without just start jumbling up words. Thanks everybody watching though so far. And okay, here we go. Now we're double file. Going to be going live here for the second C feature here. And on the inside, you got the 2 of Nick Hoffman, and on the outside, the 47. On row number 2, you got the 63 and the 7X. Row 3, the 3 and the 93. Here we go. The pace truck pulls off, and we're about to go green once again for the second C feature. 15 laps to the distance to the top 5. Moving on, just in case you forgot, they move on to the second B feature. Here we go. Green flag is out, and Nick Hoffman gets a good jump on the inside, able to slide up to the top and just take over this lead. Down low, the 3 trying to move up into the 3rd spot, get to take advantage of the 63 here on this restart. Meanwhile, the 47 is going to attack the bottom in 2nd place, try to get up towards Hoffman for the lead, but it's not going to be enough. He'll just stay content with 2nd for now. Meanwhile, the 3 can't hold the bottom in 1 and 2, and that's going to open the door down low for the 54, and he's going to get in the air a little bit and bump doors with the 3 and move up and take that spot. Now the 3 of Jones is going backwards with the 63 of Coons moving forward, and then the 7X of Coons in 4th, and we got 2 around on the front straightaway. That's Cummins in the 3, and then Andriotti in the 7, and then the 14 looks like spun into the infield and hit the 1 barrier that is down there. Probably just a bundle up off of turn number 4 that caused this whole thing. And they're trying to pull the 14 out of the retaining wall right now. And he's going to take some padding with him. They're going to have to, I assume, repair that. That could potentially take some time. And so we got the 7S of Andriotti working on moving him around. Still haven't seen a replay of exactly what happened yet. Now this might change up the running order here at the front. Still don't have a total update here. We got Cummins, Andriotti, and 1 other involved. Oh. Tie rod broken on the right front. Yeah, no, if they have a tie rod, they could replace that in time here. Now, you don't have much time. When you push that car up the ramp, or well, not up all the way up the ramp, but when you push that car into the little pit area, they are like, you got like a minute. You got a minute to repair that. And then because we're trying to get this race going again. We're not trying to, give everybody all the time in the world to repair these race cars. So, we'll see if that crew has what it takes to repair that part real quick. That looks like the worst of it, of the cars involved. We still have not seen a replay here. Thanks everybody watching. Hey, let me know, is anything laggy with the stream or anything? It's giving me some slight warnings on the back end, but Andreotti, meanwhile, is getting ready to roll back out of the pits. So it looks like he should be able to keep going. Or are they pushing him up the ramp? I can't quite tell what's happening. No, okay, Andreotti's coming out the pits. The 3 is coming in, and the 14's also in there. So all the cars involved in the last incident are in the pit area. Andreotti's coming out. He should be good to continue. Oh, Chris Carroll's in here, so so this is some terminology I'm not totally familiar with. The bird cage has a bearing that's kind of coming out, so that could be the end of that guy's day. And I believe Cummins is out of the cockpit, or no, he's in the cockpit. This is another driver in the pit area trying to help out here. Yeah, Tanner Thorsten trying to help on the right front. So they're trying to repair that tie rod as fast as they can. Yeah, Luke, Flow Racing, yeah, they're still going to charge you. They're still going to charge you where they can. Now, I don't know. Well, I'll be here. If you know where an online leaderboard is, usually there's one on Race Monitor, but I guess they don't have one for the Chili Bowl events. I'll take that so I can put it up on the screen. Ghost Rider, how are you doing? If there's any lag with the stream input, there's not much I can really do. Something that's probably up to the weather right now. I'm currently in the middle of a snowstorm in Buffalo, New York. And just a whole bunch of chaos. Getting like probably a foot of snow tonight. But then we're going to go shovel out the Bill Stadium tomorrow. What time are they racing? They are currently racing right now. We're in the middle of the C main. When it comes to the B mains, that'll be up probably in about a half hour after this one ends-ish. It's like there's no real timeline. But typically the A main doesn't start till close to midnight, sometimes after midnight. I'm talking about Eastern time at least. So the A main, yeah, in terms of Eastern time, sometimes doesn't really start closer to midnight. So we may have a long ways to go for a race that usually only takes like 20 minutes. But yeah, they got a whole bunch of ceremonies and stuff they go through. But here we go. We're about to get the green flag once again. Nick Hoffman leads the field to green, and he's going to get another good jump on the field here. Green flag back out, top 5 advance. You got the 47 in second, and then the 2 Coons in third and fourth. And now the 7X down low. He's going to make a move for third, trying to get past the 63. That's a junior, and he's wheeling it a little bit down the back straightaway. Can't quite clear the 63 yet. Further back to 54, holds the final transfer spot, and that's Westfall. And man, they almost slipped it there going down to turn 4. The 26 ran the 3 high. That's Ruschenberger and Jones going at it. And now Westfall, almost just loses tons of momentum out of turn number 2 there. And the 26 is going to fly up into that final transfer spot for now, Ruschenberger. And he's looking for more. He's going to look low on the 7X of Coons Jr. And now Jones, who's been right around that that 5th position, trying to fight in to a transfer spot. Now 9 laps to go. Everybody's working that top side. That is where you want to be right now. So yeah, as somebody's going to have to go low. Somebody ahead of you is not just going to go low for no reason. If you're going to make a pass, it's going to have to be on the bottom. Everybody just running the wall right now. Out front, it's still Hoffman, then Dom, Coons Jr., Ruschenberger holds on to the final transfer spot, then Jones, Westfall, Belm, and Watelli, your top 9. And Westfall's going to get by Jones and move up into the 6th position. So now he's just the first man out. And further back in the pack, a few people trying the bottom to make passes, but not seeing much progress being made. 5 laps to go now for Andriotti until he advances up to the B main. Thank you, Ghost Rider. You can't see the race tonight. Unless you're, I guess, unless you want to pay for flow racing tonight. Anyways, 4 laps to go. Hoffman out front. Still holding on to a comfortable advantage over Dom. Then Coons Jr. Oh, we got flips. 2 up and over, going into turn 1. Oh, I should say only one probably flipped, but the other one essentially almost like rode up on him. That's, I think, the 83 or 63. Don't quite know who that is. I think the one is Jones. Okay, Belm. So 7th and 8th at the time of the flip for these two guys. They're just probably trying everything they could to get closer to a transfer spot, and now they're both out of it. I think maybe a flat left front in the 83, and yeah, he's undoing the belts. Both these guys, I'd imagine, are done for the night for sure. And yeah, so the 83 just threw the slider, and yeah, that's on that's I don't know, on him. Threw the slider, didn't clear. The 3, I guess, could have given him, like, you know, backed off and let him take it. I guess that's probably what you would do, because you get wrecked if you don't. But the 83 just throws it in there and doesn't clear, takes the nose of the 3, and they both go flipping into the fence in turns 1 and 2, not 83. Hey, if we get this thing up to 10 likes, I'd appreciate it. Hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already, ladies and gentlemen. This is primarily a NASCAR channel, but we will do other dirt racing events throughout the year when I have time. I'm in college now, and breaks can be up here shortly. So we'll see what we can do. Engineering takes a lot of time. Okay, so let's... I think we're on green next time by maybe one more lap. And make sure to vote in the poll who you think is going to win, or comment in the chat who you think is going to win tonight's 38th Chili Bowl. Yeah. I think we still got 1 or 2 cars up in the pit area. Still waiting on the one to go. Okay, going to be green here. And Dom's going to go high, try and get a bit of a run off of 4. Trying to chase down that lead, not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Westfall going down low, looking for 5th on Ruschenberger. Now, oh boy, what a dive from Ruschenberger. He's going to get by both the Coons cars. Now they're going to come back to the inside in turns 1 and 2. They'll slide up, but now he's going to try and thread the needle through both of them. And now Ruschenberger, what a move to go from 5th to 3rd. And now it's Coons Jr. on the air. Hitting that like button and subscribe. We're bringing you all the Chili Bowl action tonight. Hey, we're only 28 subscribers away from 3,500. Consider subscribing.
If there's any piece for Jerry Coons Jr. right now, he knows that Westfall is not going to massively dirty him up.
Okay. Now he's got Coons Jr. holds on to the final spot right now. Then Westfall is in that 6th position, the first man out. 2 laps to go. You're not going to have a lot of time to make moves. But then again, I mean, a very impressive move on that last restart. Ruschenberger, if I'm saying that right, in the 26, was attacked off the initial start. And then, man, he just made a move into 3 and 4 to get by 3rd and 4th and slide himself up into the 3rd position. And then he almost lost it in 1 and 2 and then threaded the needle between both the Coons cars and moved up into 3rd. So now he is safely into the B feature. Meanwhile, Hoffman's led every lap so far, and he's going to lead him back to green. 2 laps to go in the C feature. So the 63 of Coons is going to go low. The 7 of Coons is going to go high. Coons Jr., I should say. And Westfall down low, trying to make that move. Trying to get into 5th. Coons Jr. is going to go low on that final lap. That's going to open the door up high. Here we go on the outside. The 86 is going to make a move here. This is for it. Pursley at the line. Is he going to get him? I think he might have. Pursley got him at the line in the 86, and he's going to knock out the younger of the Coons.
Oh my goodness. But Cale Coons moves on. Hoffman, Don, Ruschenberg, Cale
Or no.
Coons, and Jason Pursley.
I don't know. Well, Cale Coons will move on. Jerry Coons Jr. will not.
Jerry Coons Jr.
But Pursley will move up into 5th at the line, and he's in.
I'm not sure why Jerry went to the bottom there.
Yeah, Jerry went to the bottom, opened the door. Opened the door, was kind of asking for it, and then now Pursley's up. Kind of came out of nowhere with the crashes there at the end, opened the door, and now there you go. He's into the, not the main feature yet, but he's into the B. And now he's giving himself a chance to still move into the A. We got 35 people in here. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you comment who you think's going to win the A main later tonight in the 38th Chili Bowl Nationals. Hoffman, though, dominates, lead every single lap of that C feature. So he'll take that one. If anybody knows a place where I can just kind of see like the live quick results of the last feature, I'd appreciate it. I can put it up on the screen so that way if you're like trying to keep tabs on things as a viewer, I can maybe try and clear things up for you a little bit. And look around, maybe Twitter I can find something. So Pursley, sorry, 16th, moved to 5th there at the end, man. What a run. Okay, I'm looking here. So right now, Dejan Pursley has moved up through 2 events, and now if he makes 3rd, he'll move it into the top 5, or he'll make it 3 features he'd advance, and he'll be into the A main. Okay. Twitter is a decent source if you're trying to keep your bet. 20 seconds. And don't worry, we'll make this more visible. And okay. Oh, 7 transfer from the B main. Okay, so it's even easier all of a sudden once you get to the B main. Okay. Or I should say easier. Less cars to pass, theoretically. Here we go. So that'll be, I'll keep posting the newest results here from the most recent feature. I mean, I only got to do that, I guess, 2 more times before we get to the A main. But that's who advanced if you're just popping in from the last C feature into the second B feature. So, all right. Hey, up to 3,477 subscribers. I appreciate it, ladies and gents. I don't know if you see that little dinosaur, Daniel. Thank you for subscribing. If you didn't see the little dinosaur, I don't know. It does it for some people. It doesn't do it for everybody. But still, appreciate you very much for subscribing. 23 subscribers away from 3,500. Typically, we do NASCAR content on this channel, but we'll do a few other dirt races throughout the season. What college do I attend? I attend Grove City College, small college, north of Pittsburgh. So, Pennsylvania. Closest track to me is Sharon. Sharon, even though that's in Ohio, is only about 20 minutes or so. Mid-Ohio is not too far. That's a road course, though. Oh, and then Lernerville. Lernerville is also another one. I went to the high limit race there this past fall. It was a blast. They had infield seating, which is probably like the most fun I've ever had at a sprint car race. Packed house as well. And I mean, yeah, this track, that's what you got. You're fighting your opponents just as much as you're fighting the track here at the Chili Bowl. Like we saw some people, even like Kyle Larson, one of the most accomplished drivers in dirt racing as of late. You know, he took himself out of contention basically. You know, maybe if he wasn't so stressed about having to win the whole thing altogether, you know, to be able to compete in the Saturday show, maybe he wouldn't have made that same mistake. But still, Larson, flipped it on Thursday. And, I mean, I don't know what the flip count is at. I think it's probably somewhere around 50 for this week. So, yeah, you got to be racing the track just as much as you're racing your opponents. DM, thanks for watching. Woo. But yeah, okay, so they're currently under commercial break. I don't know how long these breaks are going to be. I mean, I watch the Chili Bowl every year, but I don't know. It's hard to remember how much time they spend doing dumb things and essentially kind of taking up time in between some of these features. But, you know, it is what it is. And, yeah. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. I think one of the coolest shots every year I see here, as well as at the the Gateway Dirt Nationals, is just the camera of all those haulers in like the expo center. I mean, I would just like to walk around there as much as I would like to watch the racing. I mean, there's so many amazing units back there and so many cars. I mean, there's 365 cars back there and so many teams, so many people to meet, so many stories that about, you know, how about these guys get to this race every year. So a lot goes into it on the back end. And, you know, most of the drivers, I mean, only 24 out of the 360 plus end up actually making it to the main event.
I'll be there in a minute.
So,
please, I'll be there.
Yeah, anyways, I just like to know all the stories behind it. I mean, they showed a very interesting bit earlier on the history of the Chili Bowl. Because obviously, I mean, Chili Bowl, I mean, that's like a food item, you know? So you're wondering why is a race named after, you know, a food item? You know, it kind of goes back to the original sponsorship of a nearby company that, you know, sold chili bowls. A small company out of Oklahoma. And the owner of that had become friends with a nearby racetrack owner. And so they just decided to sponsor the event whenever they started 38 years ago. Now, obviously, that company has long since shut down. I don't know exactly if they sold it off or whatnot. Either way, though, the company is no more. And they still call it the Chili Bowl just for namesake. And, you know, honestly, it's such a unique name, but I love it. It's fun. You know, they were saying stories about how the guy, I mean, he loved racing. You know, his sons raced. And, you know, he would actually have like a, you know, chili pot set up on the infield where, you know, drivers, whoever could come and get some chili throughout the day. So just kind of some cool backstories there. Also, it looks like they're doing some fence repair right now during this break. So that means this is probably going to be a fairly extensive break in between the last main and the next one. So they're doing some fence repair and other things. Yeah, we can go through, I believe, the starting lineups for the beat features. If I can find them online somewhere. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Come on, Twitter. Come on. Load. Give me the Chili Bowl knowledge that I need. Uno momento. Okay. My computer is rapidly slowing down in pace. Hopefully that's not affecting the stream quality. Fingers crossed. Yeah, right now we're just waiting for the first B feature, where the top 7 lock into the main event later tonight. On pole for that is going to be Buddy Kofoid. Days outside. Defending winner will be Logan Seavey. Interesting the storyline they're talking about on the broadcast right now. So they've been doing a lot of tech checks. So essentially, just unallowed forms of communication between the crew and the drivers. So that could be like a smartwatch, is what they were mentioning. Also, just other radio frequencies in the radios. So I guess to just relay extra information to the drivers, communicate things. Potentially sabotage the legitimacy of the event. Anyways, they've been doing a lot of tech checks this week, and that's not really been a traditional thing. And apparently, they've caught numerous drivers each day with these, unsolicited tech. Whether it be a smartwatch or just a radio frequency that's not allowed. Man, it is a packed house there in Tulsa. They also said they're kind of giving more time between some of the events to let the dust settle down because, typically they would open up some of the windows a little bit to try and let the, air filter through and, get the dust out of there. But because of it being literally, I believe, 10 degrees, something like that, they're not doing that because it would be freezing. So some drivers, I see Team Mez getting strapped in. Okay, they've got them loaded up at the grid at the top of the ramp, getting ready to go for this first of the B features. So excited for this. All right. Ricky RTJ getting ready. Bacon getting ready as well. Just everybody just kind of chilling in their cars, waiting for the green light to head out to the racetrack. Oh my gosh. Hold on. My computer cannot load anything right now. Oh, brother. Slightly concerning, but it is what it is. We're locked in, as they say. Yeah, chat, let me know anything you want to talk about, whether it be dirt racing, asphalt racing. I'm mostly well-versed in the more premier, forms of racing. Like NASCAR, Formula 1, IndyCar, whatever it may be. But I do still keep tabs on the dirt scene. I want to learn more. I don't simply have the time to watch like 5 different races a weekend. Is what it is sometimes. Yeah, we will be live. But so obviously for the Clash at the Coliseum, when it comes to NASCAR events. Also, in terms of other things, we look at what's coming up on Flow Racing. I believe next weekend I was considering doing one. We might do the East Bay Winter Nationals, depending on how much interest is expressed in that. So if you are subscribed, keep your eyes peeled on the community tab, where I might post a poll on whether or not that moves forward. So yeah, potentially some East Bay Winter Nationals being streamed. Beyond that, maybe a Lucas Oil late model race, something like that. We'll see. Just kind of depends on how much interest is expressed from the viewers. Probably the first high limit race. We'll probably be broadcasting that. High limit might end up being like one of the most common ones we do because all of high limit is going to be on Flow Racing. I have Flow Racing. That's the only dirt, TV streaming app that I do have. So a series that's going to be all on Flow. High limit. That actually could be something that we could stream. But it doesn't shock me. Okay, but it doesn't shock me that Larson was going to do that because he wasn't been good so far in his late model with the Wild West Shootout. But I'm shocked that Sweet or Elliott is not racing Chili Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. The Wild West Shootout has not boded well for him last year or this year. I have a feeling that means he's probably going to try and go back next year to try and finally conquer it. But yeah, the Wild West Shootout has not been Kyle Larson's thing. You know what? Maybe that's what we'll do. Never mind. I was going to say, we might flip it to the Wild West, but now cars are rolling out on the track for the first B main. So I don't want to miss any of this action because that's obviously what we're primarily here for. That's what thousands of you all have been tuning into Flow Racing for this past week. And now a couple dozen of you are tuning into me now for that very thing. Actually, believe it or not, there's 27 of y'all watching right now, but already 550 people across the world have clicked in on this broadcast at some point. Feel free to share this with any of your friends that are trying to watch keep tabs at least on the broadcast without watching or paying, whatever it is, $150 now for the annual Flow Racing membership. And if you have the money to spare, I would recommend Flow Racing. There's so many times, especially during this off season, or just on a weeknight when you're chilling, don't really have anything to do. It's just cool to put a race on in the background because, there's everything. They probably got 5 or 6 different local short tracks on their racing action across the United States, Thursday through Sunday. So, and they always had that 24/7 channel going. And even during the winter, they got a whole bunch of snow cross with snowmobile racing going on. So that's actually even something I found interesting. Okay, on row number 1, Austin Felker and Briggs Danner. And then on row 2, Chase Johnson and Chase Briscoe. The Chases on row 2. Row 3, David Gravel and Emerson Axum. Row 4, Colby Copeland and Brady Bacon. And then Cannon McIntosh and Thomas Meserol, Darren Pittman and Jade Avedisan. Round out rows number 6. Row number 7, RTJ Ricky Thornton Jr. and Joe Miller. And then Kevin Thomas Jr. in row 8 and Gavin Miller. Row 9, Ryan Bernal, Gary Taylor. Row 10, Brent Cruz and Jake Buback. There we go. So, those last two guys I mentioned moved on from the previous C main. And now the top 7 now, not top 5, but the top 7 all advanced their way into the A. So the guys honestly starting in the first 2 rows or so, they're feeling somewhat comfortable. But further on back, oh boy, look out. Because even those guys who came out of that C main, they already got a little momentum on their side, and they have less cars to pass than they maybe did before. So I'm on this next feature, I'm really going to be keeping tabs on what's his name again? Cajun, or was it Purcell? Or Pursley. Dazion Pursley. That's who I'm going to be keeping tabs on. He's already got 2 features he's made it through. I'm trying to see him make it through 3 and get into that A main. All right, I love to see the super runs that happen. Do you expect somebody like Chase Elliott in the NASCAR world to have a good season this year? I don't know. I think he'll obviously make the playoffs this year. He's not going to most likely miss, 5-6 races this year. I think it was more than that, actually. Can't quite recall now. Either way, I think Chase Elliott will probably make the playoffs almost guaranteed. Probably win 2 races just about. Do I think Chase Elliott will be a championship contender? I don't know. The playoff system's kind of bogus. I'm not going to lie. So, it doesn't necessarily always reward the best driver. And I'm not really saying Chase Elliott would be the best driver. So I'm saying is, he could be in championship contention if he has a good final 5 races of the season, or he could be out of championship contention based on that. I do think he'll be, somewhat of a playoff contender. Do I think he'll win the championship? No, I honestly think Chase Elliott's slightly overrated. I think he's solid, but I don't think he's, a S-tier driver at the moment. I think he's a solid A-tier. I think he's probably the 3rd or 4th driver in NASCAR right now. Not necessarily the top. I think Larson's still probably at the top just about. Then I think Byron's right up there after last season. I mean, Truex inconsistent, but he's right up there. Truex, Hamlin, Elliott, all those guys are, right in the mix. And then I guess you have to say Blaney because he won the championship. But frankly, I can't say Blaney or Logano, the championship 2 years ago, our champion 2 years ago, are top NASCAR guy. They're just not, really consistent threats to win. It's just they've got the playoff system down. And not that I'm hating on their championship. I mean, they executed the system, but I just don't think overall, even Penske as a whole more so maybe than the drivers themselves, are really like at the best there is in the sport. Anyways, that was my tangent. Here we are. The driver sorting out the starting order. Here we go. So top 7 will advance to the A main. It's a packed house in the Tulsa Expo Center. Everybody's hoping for our golden driller tonight. I don't know. Keep my eyes on somebody here. Who's going to be my underdog from back in the pack? We'll go with... Should we go with... No. I'm torn. We'll see what Jade Avedisan can do. I believe she made the A main last year. Let's see what she can do here today. All right. Here we go. Green flag going to be out this time by... Here we go. Okay. And clean start for your top 4. They're all kind of moving away cleanly, but further back, it's a mess. Once again, I think everybody's going to probably slide up to the top pretty quickly after these opening couple of laps. At the front, though, Felker has a clean start, then Johnson second, Danner third, Briscoe fourth, and woo! 71 almost got squished up the racetrack there. Gravel is getting all over the place right now on this racetrack, trying to pick up any spot he can. Also, it's 20 laps the distance now. We've already moved 2 off the scoreboard, now make it 3. But now that we're into the B-mains, they're an extra 5 laps longer. But it's Felker, Johnson, Briscoe, Axum, and Danner at the top. Those are your top 5. Then the next 2 transfer spots, Copeland and Gravel holds on to the last one. First man out, Timez. Then Brady Bacon and RTJ rounds out your top 10. Timez going to look low on Gravel into turns 1 and 2, and he's got the spot. Gravel trying to turn down to get back underneath him, but he's not going to be able to in that 58 machine. Timez now up into the final transfer spot, and I believe, are the caution lights out? No, they're not. We're still green. Okay. Timez now working the top. Now he's going to try and pick off one more if he can, trying to get up into that 6th position, be even a little more safe. Trying to get by Danner. RTJ has gotten by Bacon for the 9th position. He's trying to keep up that momentum. And now Briscoe looking low, or actually maybe he's trying to fend off the top. Spoke too soon. Axum moving forward. I believe he started in the 7th or 8th position, and he's already moved up into the 3rd position now. So Axum on the move in the transfer spots right now. Still Felker out front, but not much of a gap over Johnson. Measurall still over Gravel. Now Bacon. Oh, Thornton just went backwards. But he still holds on to that final transfer spot. Oh, what has happened here? The broadcast has gone dead. I have nothing to say. I can't speak. Let's go. Give me. Okay. All of a sudden disconnected from the TV. Still green. Still green. I know that. Okay, there we go. 9 laps to go. Copeland's move up into the 5th position. Copeland, I mean. Briscoe in 4th. Oh, what in the world? Okay, I don't know why. Disconnected from the TV. It's still Felker, Axum, and now they actually, Axum moving forward. Now he's actually going to the lead. Axum on a tear right now, and he's your new leader with 8 laps to go. Further back, it's still Measurall holding on to the final spot over Gravel. 7 laps to go now. 6 laps to go for Axum, who is just on a flyer right now. Felker in second, Johnson third, Briscoe, Copeland your top 5 still. Then Danner, Meserol. Now it's McIntosh in 8th. Gravel and Avedison up to 10th. Then RTJ, Bacon, Pittman, Miller, and Bernal, your top 15. So nobody from that C main has really made much progress here in the B. 5 laps to go now. Still Meserol holding off McIntosh. They're probably going to need a caution. He has got a lot of ground to make up. 4 laps to go. McIntosh just holding on. Or they're trying to chase down Timez, I should say. And the gap is winding down. I just think it's going to be too little too late as we come to 2 laps to go now. I mean, now McIntosh is there with 2 laps to go. I mean, he's going to have the time to take a shot at this. Oh, they've caught up to... Oh, and the one's up the track. He's riding the berm, and that's going to allow McIntosh to just slide right on by. And now he is in. He is in. He's going to throw a slider, though, and now he's going to make even more contact. It's the last lap. Timez and McIntosh are in. McIntosh throw one slider, and he's going to take Timez out. Timez is out and flipped on the final turn. Oh, he might be heated. I don't even think that was for a transfer spot. That was, I think, just for 6th and 7th. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know why you make that move there. I mean, he was into the show anyways. And he just takes out Timez, who was running in 6th place at the time. I mean...
Timez is back on all 4s. Smoke out of it. Oh, boy.
I mean, I would be livid. He's climbing out of the car and...
Let's just get him out of this.
Is he going to do anything, or... Looks like he got the wind knocked down him a little bit. But that's just such a... I mean, I have to say, that's such a weird move. Why do you do that?
Guys, I do understand, Cannon just not knowing where he was at in the running order and feeling like that had to be the final spot. But, man, you absolutely have to be gutted for Timez right now.
Yeah, they were both in for sure.
Yeah, they're both in, and then just the final turn, he just throws a heck of a slider and just takes out Timez and almost takes himself out, frankly. If everybody was not running the high line behind him, they probably would have both been out. But yeah, McIntosh is in. I don't know who else actually made it in there. We'll see who got that 7th spot now.
Dejected, coming to the checkered flag. Give me your thoughts.
I wouldn't say that was dejected. Got ejected, maybe. But, hey, I'm not here trying to put on a show. I didn't even know it was the last lap. Pretty sure that was it Cruz?
That was Cannon McIntosh trying to pick.
McIntosh.
Of course it was Cannon. Can't drive Cannon McIntosh.
You were...
Timez is just trying to play this off as a joke right now.
You might be seeing you play some defense because you were right on the bubble and then made a mistake. Another car ahead, you made a mistake coming to the white flag. You got the spot.
Like I know where I'm racing for. We're just going forward and trying to do all we can. And, hats off to Tim Engler for giving me a hot rod.
Okay, he's not that mad. Okay, he's really not that mad. I guess that bodes well for the other guy. And he does make a few fair points here. He's like, I have no idea what lap we're on. I don't even know, who I'm racing. I just got taken out, but he's like, I had no idea it was the last lap. I didn't know what position I was in. I probably would have done the same thing. And honestly, that's pretty understandable.
It's going to be a quick turnaround, right? A lot of fireworks coming to the checker flag for the final transfer spot. Cannon knows we're going to interview him here. He just wants to get back to the trailer so he can...
I still don't know who has that final transfer spot.
We're going to get his side of the story.
Guys, and if it's anyone, slide or die, right? That's Timez's mantra, and he handled that way better. I mean, that's Tim Engler down there. They're asking for some sort of disqualification, I'm sure. Trying to figure it out, but man, that's a heck of a deal there.
Thomas was in a lot better mood than I would have been.
Okay.
I give Thomas a lot
And
both are in a
Yeah, I don't know who got that case. They still haven't figured out who got the final one. It might have been Avedisan, or if it was Danner, I don't know.
Yep, it's on the right as they go by right there. Now, he's got the benefit of being in Keith Cook's Motorsports stable, of which there's just a ton of warm bodies in there that can keep people away from each other. But right now, it looks
Okay, so they're showing the replay. So it's T-Mez up the inside on a 2. And then McIntosh just throws his slider. And just, I mean, that's never going to work out for both of them. And then, okay, I think Danner got it over Avedisan. Unless they end up disqualifying him.
Earl, yeah, you're down there. Take it away.
all right, guys, got Ken and McIntosh here, and let's take a deep breath. A lot of excited for that final transfer spot. Walking through.
Yeah, we were tracking him. We split him once, and he drove around it. Yeah, I had to work for it there. We all got bottled up there. The one car just got like tight on the cushion, and just trying to pace him the best I could. It was my last chance to be in the show, and what's T-Mez's slogan? Slide or die. Yeah. I was just sliding to make the show, so.
I mean, hey, he's quoting T-Mez at him, so McIntosh is saying it's slide or die, like T-Mez says, so.
I felt like he, was trying to drive around, and we were both, trying to make the show. So I slid, he tried to stay in it, and one of us had to end up on the bad side of it. I'm just thankful to be in this position in a great car. Thank the Lord above for putting me in this position. And
I don't know, man. I'm like, he slid it, but I mean, it was just the slide it, and he just told him. I mean, it was slide or die, as I said. But I mean, now he's in. He got that. Thanks everyone watching. We got 25 people in here. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe.
Did you know that you were in a transfer spot coming to that checker flag with the incident there?
I did not. Yeah, that definitely doesn't make it look good. Up at the board, on the right there, like neither of us were ringing up top 5, and I had thought I was 8th there, but yeah, that kind of makes me look pretty stupid there.
Yeah, now he's being informed. Okay, he really doesn't know, and so I have a little bit more pity on him now. But he's like, yeah, oh, that was not for a lock-in position. That was like we were both in already. So. Oh boy.
What changes do you need to make to this wrench machine?
Yeah, we just obviously need to prepare for the 55th lap. Those first 30 or so don't exactly matter. They do for us just because we start deep and we're gonna have to work. So yeah, we're just trying to be good in the beginning but also the end. So I've never had to start this deep here in an A main. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work hard for it. So luckily with the grip.
All right. Okay, so now we got the second B coming up here now, somewhat soon. Thanks everybody watching still. I imagine things might get somewhat slow coming up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Danner got the last position. They still haven't officially announced. They still haven't even officially announced, I guess, McIntosh being in. I mean, T-Mez, it looks like, was potentially asking for an ejection or something, because, I mean... So... Okay. The transfers... Okay, I'll make sure that's up on the screen. Okay, just gotta scroll down a little bit. Probably a little much. Okay, there you go. That's the transfer. So Axum, who dominated, and that's somebody I'd be interested to see if he can move forward in the main, because, I mean, he was flying. Like, he looked like he was in his own world there. Then Johnson, Felker, Copeland, Briscoe, McIntosh, and Danner, I believe, make it in. So, still, one more prelim to come up. The second B to decide who the next 7 will be to make it in the main show.
You've already seen what will happen for a almost on the double spot. Let's see what these guys have to I was about to say, heads up to those running around that 7th, 8th position.
Well, you know every car that was sitting there.
So all the cars are now sitting at grid. They haven't started rolling down the hill yet.
Gives the green flag on taking us to level 74 as far as intensity goes. Yeah.
I'm going to be right back, guys. And so in the name of the Chili Bowl, I'm going to go get myself some chili. Be back.
But I'm telling you, sit there, you see that and say, okay, that's the intensity it's going to take to put this on, and you know that it's just going to be in your eye. And you see one guy get slid and destroyed for a transfer spot, and it's going to be a green light for whatever it takes to get in for the next one. Straight for 6.
We are ready to get that Beats 2 underway, but first, quick time out with a commercial break and come back. New feature 2 due out next here on Flow Racing, our coverage of the 38th Annual Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by NOS Energy Drink.
My dog Georgette was diagnosed with cancer. After her treatment, we went past Chick-fil-A. I started seeing Mr. Ryan often. He would get her little treat with prayer.
We recognize each other. Georgette and I do. That particular day, Elaine pulls up. She said, Georgette is cancer free.
I came around the corner with Georgette in my car, saw all the employees out there clapping and cheering. I started getting emotional because I was just like, that's so nice.
We love all our customers that come through. This one just happens to have 4 legs. Congratulations, Georgette.
Right here for your best moments and your toughest days. Right here for the what ifs and the what nows. For the smallest details and the biggest dreams. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to care for what's really yours. Because that's who we are. Our home is here. And more importantly, our hearts and our focus are too. That's why you can always count on us to be right here for you.
We've got some chili right here. Okay. Okay, it looks like the cars are starting to roll down the hill. We got one more commercial break though, but I think we'll be getting to the opening warm-up laps here soon.
My 6th grade class led some letters to our local Chick-fil-A that had closed for remodeling. Dear Chick-fil-A.
Okay, so in this next B, the only storyline that I'm really well aware of is Pursley will be starting at the end of the field, but he's made it from the D through the C, or no, he's made it from the E through the D, and now the C, and so now he's trying to make it one more to the through the B to the A. He's got 20 laps to move up 13 spots. Oh boy, these Chick-fil-A ads are brutal right now. I mean, this chili's so good, but Chick-fil-A, man. Also, yeah, T-Med's going to be watching from outside tonight. But I don't know if you guys are NFL fans at all, but, you know, the Buffalo Bills Steelers wild card game got postponed because of all the snow and the wind and cold. And now, though, they need people to shovel out the stadium, so I'm going to shovel out the Bills Stadium tomorrow morning. So, I don't know, I might make a weird vlog of that or something, because that is just a random experience. Oh gosh, I know, I got chili all over myself. What is this catastrophe of manners? Get a paper towel and figure it out, is what they say. Nobody says that. Who cares? Okay, all the cars out onto the racetrack. Still waiting to get pushed, though, to start.
drivers outside of the show at this year's Chili Bowl Nationals. One of our first winner, Clint Boyle's in the booth with you. And after the fireworks of being a #1, guys, precedence has been set. Let's see how it seems, 20 drivers.
Wow, this racetrack also.
Yeah, killer.
Conducive of big time racing like that. It's hard to ask for much more. Some water's been laid down around the bottom and around the top, and we're going to go here. 20 miles. It's going to be chaos all over again.
Well, engine fire.
Okay, now the engines will fire. For the second feature, Michael Pickens starts on the inside of row 1, Chase McDermott on the outside. Row 2, Steven Steiner Jr. and Michael Panciato. CJ Leary on row 3 with Chris Windham to his outside. Cameron Key and Wiedemann on row 4. Oh my gosh, these guys talk so fast. And then on row number 5, we've got Cal Drake, Tim Buckwalter, and then on row 6, Trey Marcham and Landon Brooks. Row number 7, Ace McCarthy and Tyler Courtney. Row 8, Carter Schraff and Nick Hoffman. Row 9, Zach Dahm and Corbin Rusenberger. And row 10, Cal Coons and Dejon Pursley, who I'm trying to see make it all the way through 3 mains today. Okay, here we go. Driver's getting ready to go. We'll finish the chili after this B. Man, that chili's really good, not gonna lie. Oh, 55 coming back into the pits. Uh-oh.
T-shirts thanks to my amazing fans. Go check out what happened on Team S TV Monday at 6 o'clock. You guys heard him.
Bro, they sold, Team S sold 600 T-shirts, man. That's wild. I mean, that's a lot. Then again, I mean, in the grand scheme of the cost of all this stuff, even if he's making $10 a shirt, that's $6,000 in profit. Which frankly, when it comes to these cars, is still not a lot, but it does probably feel a lot better than whatever he's collecting from the payout, because it might only be like roughly $500, I'd imagine, for finishing like that in a B. Still, CJ Leary currently having problems right now on the opening pace laps. He might be out before it starts here in the second B. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. B main's about to start. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. The 7 got caught sleeping on the restart here. And we're moving. Yeah, Steven Snyder's all the way up from 3rd to 1st. And, I mean, I don't even know. The 7, who started on the outside of row 1, is all the way back to, like, McDermott's back to 8th. I mean, that's a terrible start from 2nd to 1st, or 2nd to 8th on the first lap. He's pretty much out of a transfer spot already. Meanwhile, it's Snyder, Key, Pickens, Pancito, Drake, McCarthy, and Marcham, your top 7. Then Weedman, McDermott, Buckwalter, the first man out. Currently, everybody feeding the bottom, but I'm going to imagine it's going to move to the top here pretty soon. Oh boy, this is going to make it even harder. One of the transponders is not working on like a top 5 car right now. Oh, Marcham's going to lose a few spots here to McCarthy and another to, I believe, Buckwalter here potentially. $14 laps to go right now. Actually make it 13 here at the line. So, I believe McCarthy currently has the last transfer spot. There's a car with the transponder not working in that is in a transfer position. I forget who that is exactly. But, okay. So, I got to like kind of recalibrate my way I'm intaking all this information. So, yeah, I believe it's Sarf whose transponder is not working, but he's currently in a transfer spot. So, McCarthy's still holding on to the final transfer spot. Oh, McCarthy's going to get into the side up there and turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Snyder Jr. holding on to the lead, 10 laps to go. Key really not within distance to make a move for the lead yet. Halfway through this second B main. McDermott's still the first man out. I mean, he's got to be so frustrated right now. Went from 2nd to 8th on like the opening lap. And now he's finally clawing his way back a little bit. Yeah, McCarthy just trying to hold on. The next car is Sarf, but he's pretty far up the way. McDermott, I mean, everybody's hunting the bottom right now with 8 laps to go. Has not moved up to the top side yet in this race. Oh, they're going to make a little contact there through 3 and 4, but it's not going to be enough to mess up McCarthy here. Now McDermott trying to work the top side. I mean, he's doing anything he can. I mean, you're not going to be able to pass him by just going further to the inside. Unless you're willing to run him over. 6 laps to go, and I mean, the top is still just not there. McDermott trying everything he can up high, but it's just not enough. Buckwalter entering the picture now down low. 5 laps to go. Meanwhile, Pursley's worked his way into the top 10. Oh, come on, Pursley. I'm trying to see him make this super run continue. Oh, and here we go. McDermott to the outside of McCarthy in 3 and 4. He's finally working in that top a little bit, and it's going to get it there at the line. And now he's going to chop right down on the nose of McCarthy through 1 and 2. And now Pursley's going to rip the top. Pursley's coming through. McDermott and McCarthy make contact. And Pursley around the top. I think he's going to have it. 2 laps to go. Pursley's in. And he is rolling the top. He got up on the top as soon as it started opening up. And now the top is where you want to be with a lap to go. It's finally coming in a little bit. Now he's trying to pick off a few more. He's going around Sarf. He might even get Drake. And he keeps ripping the top. He's moving forward. And there you go. All the way from 20th to 5th. Pursley. Woo! Making it happen. Meanwhile, Sarf got the final spot with the transponder not working.
in there. So
Okay, maybe McCarthy actually got in. We got to see here now.
we know Snyder Jr. and Cameron and Pickens and Jacinto were in. We know personally that the big charge made his way through. The question is going to be between Sarp, Drake, and McDermott, those three. Drake should be safe. It really should be McDermott and Sarp that we're looking at here.
So, okay, we think Drake's in, and it's just Sarf and McDermott for that final transfer spot. But now they're going to review Parsley.
Jason, hell of a show, man. How'd you get this done? Yeah, thank you. I got done with all the crew behind me, sitting over here. They really went to work on this thing from Wednesday night and got me really, really comfortable right there. That was pretty unbelievable. I felt like I could run absolutely anywhere on the racetrack and come forward.
Hey, man. Personally, I want to see what he can do in the main. He'll be rolling off 20th, I believe.
Starting pretty deep here in this feature, so just happy to make the show. Very, very fortunate to come out here and be in a great race car that I can come from the D main and make the show. So, 2 years in a row now, ran a little bit of soup, and to be honest, I hope I never have to do that again. That's so stressful. So, just happy to walk into the show here, and forever thankful for each and every one who's behind me.
Now you started reeling in about a 3-car battle there for somewhere around the final transfer spot. They were all running the bottom. Chase McDermott went to the top, and you kind of got to see that work before he went back.
Oh, boy.
Was that kind of a confidence booster that, hey, the top is there and can pass these guys?
Yeah. I felt like everyone was making so much.
And this just keeps it so interesting, man, all these prelims. But we're going to have to see what happens here. If they're going to go through, like, hours of pre-race ceremonies, I might go dormant on the stream and then come back for the main. But we'll see if they just kind of start to proceed quicker and quicker to the main event. Now all that's left is 55 laps more of racing with 24 drivers to try and claim a winner of this year's Golden Digger.
We're still trying to decipher the final transfer spot, and they have not released the official results from the Chili.
So they still haven't figured out the final transfer spot. I don't really see why that would be that hard. I mean, I feel like you can just review some like video evidence. I know the one transponder wasn't working, but I'd have to imagine there's a camera on that.
If they were having a hand score SAR, then they're going to have to do a little work to make sure that they got him in the right spot. Check, double, triple check.
All right, I believe Sarf's probably going to be the one that makes it in, but I don't want to say anything too soon.
Let's take a time out. Everybody take a big breath. We're coming back with more as you're watching live coverage here from the 38th annual Chili Bowl Nationals live on Flow Racing.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody that's been tuning in. We're going to see tons of wrecks coming in the A main because when they're all fighting for the bottom like that, the top has not come in. They're going to be fighting for the bottom. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we do see some more flips in the A. We'll see. I mean, I think things have gotten tamer as the day goes on, which makes sense. Guys are probably a little more desperate the further back they are in these main events. But, yeah. Anyways, thanks to everybody who's been tuning in so far. Yeah, it's been fun. We've worked our way through quite a few features already, and we're already an hour and a half into this. Man, it has flown by. I'm going to end this poll in the chat. We're going to throw up another one for you. Oh boy, man, this computer is moving, frankly, so slow. I don't know why.
The 2024 Cadillac Lyriq, starting $59,980.
Excuse me.
Visit your local Cadillac dealer today. Circles look fresh, but I need them to smell fresh too. That's why I get down here and stop.
Oh my god.
Now I'll be smelling fresh all day long. Still fresh.
Okay, so for some reason, talking really fast, also drinking water is making me want to burp. Anyways. Trying to find the Chili Bowl lineup. Okay, here we go. So, this will be the lineup. It's going to be Pickens and McDermott on the front. Wait, what? Never mind. Excuse my French.
Was diagnosed with cancer. After her treatment, we would pass Chick-fil-A. I started seeing Mr. Brian often. He would get her little treat and whipped cream.
We recognize each other. Georgette and I do.
And
He said, Georgette is cancer free.
I came around the corner with Georgette in my car, saw all the employees out there clapping and cheering. I started getting really emotional because I was just like, that's so nice.
We love all our customers.
And okay.
Congratulations, Georgette.
I'm trying to find a starting lineup somewhere on Twitter.
You'll need vinegar, a large salad bowl, and oh, Tide. Have you tried new Tide fabric rinse? Tide fabric rinse, right? It's not a detergent or a softener. It works in the rinse cycle to get clothes cleaner. That sounds way easier.
And the lineup. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here. Oh, that's a bummer. Anyways, hopefully it gets updated here soon. Alright guys, okay. I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to take a break because the main event is not going to be at least for a few hours. I'm just going to put up something in the stream and yeah. I mean, it stinks that we kind of have to do this. Like I guess it's part of the main event there for the fans. Like it's intriguing for the fans, but here, I mean, it's probably gonna be 2-3 hours before as a viewer before we actually get to the start of this race. All right, thank you for everybody watching. We'll return for pre-race ceremonies. I'm just gonna pin that message in the chat. Oh, brother. I know I didn't. Okay. Anyways, we'll return for the main event later tonight. Stay tuned. Peace. Okay, guys. New idea. So I don't want to totally leave you hanging, and there's really nothing to do as we wait for the A main. Which I don't know. Maybe will come sooner than later this year. I'm all up for new trends. But so something I'm working on is getting rid of my diecast collection, specifically NASCAR diecast collection. So I will add my link to my eBay page where stuff I have for sale is, and I'm also just gonna work on boxing up things in the background and putting it on eBay, and just kind of talk to you guys, whoever's in the chat, if you're up for that. Because really, there's nothing to do right now. Or I might even break out the iRacing setup a little bit later if time allows. So, anyways, for now, I'm going to attempt to quickly get some more chili. But yeah, meanwhile, I'm trying to get rid of essentially almost all of this wall behind me. And you can't quite tell, I'm not really trying to get rid of this, but it's a 992 bumper off of a Carrera Cup car from Watkins Glen this past year. And I have more of that bumper, which I might be trying to sell to the right buyer. Shipping is quite complicated, trying to ship weird big car shaped thingers, Anyways, that's kind of what we're up to right now. So we're waiting for the, pre-race ceremonies to commence and other things. Currently, they're just, working on the track, trying to, sell some food, merchandise, whatever, during this gap between the A and B mains. Give guys a little bit of time to work on their cars, whatever it may be. Anyways, like I said, I'm just kind of going to get back to work, boxing up some diecast and whatnot in the background. And chat, if you want to say anything, I'll mention it. If they do anything on the broadcast, I'll speak to that. Okay, T-Mez, by the way, did get kicked out of the building temporarily because he took his steering wheel out the car when he flipped. Coming to the end of that race, they're putting water on the car and ended up squirting him in the face. And then I don't know if it's necessarily because he was mad, partially that, or just reactionary, but essentially he took the steering wheel in his hand and just threw it into the air, ended up hitting an official, and was discharged from the arena because he hit an official. And now they allowed him back in. So he is now back in the building after a temporary timeout, if you will.
That young kid's had a run through the suit, B main to C main to B main and now to the A main, and doing the last couple of those features from the trunk and doing it mighty fine job getting around some of the best to ever do it in this field. So Nathan Thursday will be one to watch as well. So we have all the cars getting rolled.
It makes some sense also. We're going to start with introductions at the back of the field. And so no sense to be up first.
Good call. Good call. Yes, driver introductions, of course, one of the parts we look forward to as we go into today's A main, and of course from the rear of the field we will introduce the drivers, and the drivers will walk across the stage. Their cars will make the turn onto the ramp and be scattered around the racetrack, and then of course they give the stand up. The drivers get in and be ready to rip 55 laps. Well, don't forget, Chili Bowl may be done after tonight's 55 lap A main event, but there is so much more to get ready for here on the Flow Racing dial. You name it, it is on Flow Racing. Don't forget Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series coming up here in just about a week's time through February. Short Track Super Series, like those things, they're on track in February. Then, of course, Pro Superstar Shootout, High Limit Sprint Car Series, USAC Racing, and much, much more. So, Flow Racing is your home for all things motorsports coming up. And don't forget, if you are a monthly subscriber, just hit the refresh button. We've got a couple minutes before we start driver introductions. Hit the refresh, renew, and make sure your subscription is locked in, because happy 2024, we're going to be ripping and rolling before you know it. Over 1,000 races at your disposal, plus on-demand content that's as much as you can really handle. And there's a lot, for sure. Even a ton coming from just this weekend, Bart. Come for the race. Stay for the rush. Sorry, I couldn't do it because that's your thing. Let me set you up. Hold on. Come for the race. Stay for the rush. You're getting there. I just don't have those dulcet tones like you. I can't do it. Yeah, they're not dulcet after 100 hours of broadcasting in the last 3 weeks. However, they're going to get there. We've got 55 more laps to go here this evening as they continue to do track work. We understand driver introductions just a handful of minutes away. I stepped outside and went silent and goes into the front side. That was a big. You pointed that out to me when I went. I said, okay, just wait. Unfortunately,
We got more chili. Now we're just going to keep waiting. Just working on the track.
hit you right in the middle of the chest, like take your breath away, cold.
Mm.
You'll feel 3 degrees or something ridiculous outside with that little bit of wind gust going on. It does affect you in the arena a little bit. I have to wonder if guys are watching their weather stations, seeing if the air has changed here within the building at all, and if they're going to tinker with the engines at all because of that. As you can see, while he's not
Okay. So, the first things right now, if you're just tuning in, yeah, I'm just working on like boxing up this my diecast collection and selling it. So, yeah, this is the first 2 cars I'm gonna get up here and list on eBay. I'll link my eBay page in the chat actually if you want to see what else I have for sale on there. Give me a second. Oh, now they're working on setting up the tent for driver intros. So they're making progress is what I'm saying. Hold on. Okay, here is the link. I'll put that in the chat. I hope that's an active link that you can click. eBay. Okay, yeah, so eBay page. I am selling diecast as... Wait. There we go. I don't know if you guys can click that link or not. If you're tuning in on your computer, maybe you can just like do whatever. Or if you're on your phone, you can probably just look up the Freeman Motorsports, like how it's spelled right there in the link, with like zeros as the O's, and find it. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna have to do here is move this so that way I can take photos of these things and get them on eBay most promptly. So we'll take one quick photo. And we'll do so there we go. That's these 2 things I'm trying to sell. So I better explain what these are. This here is first Jimmy Johnson camo car. I believe this is from like the Coke 600 of, dang, I don't even know what year this would be, like 2019. Trying to see for like a copyright. Yeah, 2019. Wow. I did not realize how old these things were. And then that William Byron Darlington throwback from that year, that Days of Thunder car. Can't lie, this is probably this throwback has grown on me with time. I mean, this thing just looks crisp. That colors, those together. We should just run a primary with that color layout. That looks just great. Okay, and then so yeah, if you want to see more links or whatever, or more things, yeah, check out the eBay page. I got a lot of 124s that I've already boxed up. The Kevin Harvick Brickyard win from 2020. I got a couple Kyle Larson diecast on there. Stephen Parsons Dogecoin car on there. I also have Kevin Harvick 2019 Busch Light car. 124 Kyle Busch Fudge Brownie car. Kurt Busch Atlanta win, his penultimate win and his final win with Ganassi, and I believe that's Chip Ganassi's final NASCAR Cup Series win. So maybe that one will become valuable with time. Okay. So here we go. Some more interesting 164s. I would pull the 124s, so I might do that here shortly. Anyways, while we wait. So, Brad Keselowski, 2 discount tire car. Jimmy Johnson from his final year. I believe he raced his car at Texas. That'll be up on eBay as well. Ryan Preece, Velveeta. I believe this was a Darlington car. I think that's actually worth something extra nowadays. From Cole Custer in his abridged season in the 41. I have that up on eBay. We got Sheldon Creed's number 2. That'll be going. This is actually his championship race win from the Truck Series days for him, Sheldon Creed. That will be up there. And then this Stephen Parsons throwback from actually just this last year. That's from Darlington. So some more that'll end up on eBay here later today. So they said cars are working their way towards staging. So we're getting closer to driver intros. I mean, hopefully this thing goes fast. I think they might have tossed out 9 o'clock Central Time as a hopeful start time, which I feel like is fairly optimistic. I mean, that's literally in 3 hours. Oh no. Maybe I'll see if the Wild West Shootout is still going. See, I'm really trying to not leave you guys hanging, but yeah, this stuff just kind of starts to get a little dry in between this gap between now and the A main. Honestly, hey, you know what? I just feel bad. I don't want to leave y'all in here, just sitting here waiting for the A main. I have no idea when it's gonna be, and yeah, there's really no point in watching right now because I don't really have anything to provide other than just me rambling about randomness. So I think I'm just gonna honestly cap it here, and we'll just come back for the A main. I'll just pop up live again for that. So make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to subscribe, and then I'm gonna be coming back for the A main. So that way, when you're subscribed, you'll just already know. You'll get a notification in your feed, hopefully. So subscribe to notifications that I'm live for the A main. So that way you don't miss the A main there unless you plan to buy Flow Racing later tonight. Or maybe you're like some of the people out there who like to listen to me over just the Flow Racing content or commentators and have both going at the same time. Okay. So, alright. Anyways, I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to subscribe, and then I'm going to end it and come back later for the A main because I'm just kind of rambling. And yeah, so give yourselves about 30 seconds. And okay, yeah, guys, I'm going to cap it here. We'll be back for the A-Main in probably, I don't know, half an hour, an hour's time. I just don't want to leave this stream going here and talk about nothing and just sit here and do nothing. So, all right. Okay, guys. Peace out. Thanks to like 900 of y'all that tuned in throughout this B and C features. It's been fun.